Galamsey, when will the war ever end? Today we are coming to talk about a war, not like any regular war, but today the war is not about fists. It's about you and me. It's about us making a conscious decision. Our journey began. Our journey began in September 2024. It started with news, outbreak, people going up and down, protests here and there. But the fight is not just a virtual fight. Galamsey is something which we all have to rise up and talk about. Galamsey, popularly known as illegal mining, is using or the indiscriminate use of our land by mining without carefully using the standards set by the particular bodies who are in charge. In this project, we are going to be looking at the impact Galamsey is having on our environment in Ghana here by analyzing data from 12 sources, 11 rivers, and 1 Galamsey pit. In this project, 5 key indicators are going to be analyzed. pH, which is called the power of hydrogen, which tells us how acidic or basic our water is. The heavy metal content. We'll look at 4 heavy metals, which is arsenic, cadmium, chromium, and lead. The total dissolved solids in our water bodies, which reflects the dissolved substances in our water. Conductivity, which tells us the degree of ionic concentration in our water. And finally, the water hardness, which tells us the degree of calcium and magnesium ions present in the water. To do this, 4 dashboards were designed using Microsoft Power BI to answer key questions. The first dashboard, which is the water pollutants dashboard. This dashboard helps us understand the effect of the 4 metals or the effect the 4 metals is having on our body. Now, when you take the dashboard has below the standard set by the bodies. So the values in which the metal should be having for a particular water body, the effects the particular metal has on our water bodies, and the amounts at the top. Then the 12 river bodies are at the left, as we can see. The chart shows us the trends of the individual metals in the water body and their concentration. That is the average of their concentration. The second dashboard, which seeks to answer how well our metals or how well the concentration of these metals is meeting the standards. So the standards are set by 3 bodies: the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the Ghana Standards Authority, and the World Health Organization. The colors of the lines show us the particular body. So at the top right, we are seeing the creamish yellow there, the GSE, the red, and the blue. It shows us the limits. Now, we can see from the dashboard that most of our rivers have crossed or have beyond the limits set by these particular bodies. It's a call to action. It's a call for us to know that our water is unsafe. The third dashboard, which is the water quality dashboard, tells us how well our water is doing by checking the properties of water. Now, water has a measure which we call the power of hydrogen, popularly known as pH. It's measured on a scale of 1 to 14, which tells us how acidic and basic it is. So the scale is there, and the average of the pH of all the water bodies is there. Down below is the graph showing us the total dissolved solids and its relationship with the conductivity trends across all the water bodies. For these measures too, standards have been set, and these same bodies have standards for each individual measure. Now, the 2 tables show us, the first one shows us the average pH. Now, we can see it's red. It's red because they do not meet the standard. Then, at the right side, it's unsafe because the pH do not meet the standard set by all the bodies. You can see from the chart that all the bodies have the same pH range from 6.5 to 8.5. Our final dashboard, which tells us the impact Galamsey specifically is having on our water bodies. Good. And in this dashboard, it tells us how the Galamsey pit is doing overall by considering all the 5 indicators. So the pH, which is 3.21, the heavy metal concentration. Kindly take note that in the Galamsey pit, it doesn't have any concentration of cadmium, but rather high concentrations of lead, chromium, and the other metals. Then a comparison of the hardness of the water in terms of magnesium and calcium ions, and the comparison of the conductivity and its relationship with the total dissolved substances or solids. Now, at the right, the insights have been listed there, and I'll talk more about it in our next slide. Now, we observed some things. One, the Galamsey water had very low pH, and on the scale, we can see that when it's low pH, it's very acidic. What does this tell us? When it's acidic on our environment, it corrodes our pipes, kills aquatic life, and makes water unsafe for drinking. Next, we realized that our water had heavy metal contamination. Heavy metal contamination. So, apart from chromium, lead, arsenic, and cadmium were in high concentration in the Galamsey pit. These metals cause neurological damage, kidney failures, reproductive issues, and even cancer. When you look at it critically, all of them, in terms of the metals, they cross the safety limits set by the World Health Organization and the other standard bodies. These communities face long-term health threats in the future, and especially it can affect the health of children. Thirdly, there was a relationship between the total dissolved solids and conductivity. And that relationship was a strong positive one, meaning that the more there are these dissolved substances in the water, there was a high number of concentration of these ions, meaning that these concentrations were from soil erosion and the effects of these chemicals in our water bodies. What is happening today in Ghana? One, there are contaminated rivers. Rivers like Pra, Brim, Tano, Ofin, and Ankobra, once we relied on these water bodies for drinking and farming, are now heavily polluted. Local news tell us that Western and Ashanti regions report brown, undrinkable water and damaged farmlands. Secondly, the Ghana Cocoa Board reported that over 100,000 acres of cocoa farms have been destroyed due to the activities of illegal miners, impacting Ghana's export economy and farmer livelihoods. Thirdly, it has led to increased health complaints, which have inflicted people with skin rashes, stomach illnesses, and respiratory issues. There's a call to action. A call to action not for only the leaders in our community, but you and me. The fight of Galamsey is not virtual. It's not about you taking your phone, but it's about we being intentional. And how are we being intentional? One, by empowering our communities, especially the youth, to monitor their water bodies. Secondly, by advocating for the enforcement of these mining regulations. The regulations exist, but enforcing them is quite a challenge for our country. Thirdly, we should promote ecological restoration of damaged river streams. We should support sustainable alternatives to illegal mining. This means that as the community is having, or as there's mining going on, the people are being informed of other things they can do or other industries we can boost their productivity. Thirdly, we have to stop the unnecessary politics. Galamsey is not about MPP or NDC. It's about you and me, and we have to be intentional about it. Thirdly, an interview with Cardinal Peter Texan and TV3 reviewed that, or from his perspective, he said that poverty is, from his perspective, poverty is what is driving these people to partake in illegal mining. And so what can we do to help them? We have to tackle poverty by providing job opportunities for these people staying in these areas, and even slots or NSS slots or job slots in these companies for the locals who stand there, who stay there or who live there. Finally, there's a call to action for you and me that Galamsey is not just a virtual fight, but a fight or a war, which all of us can do one step at a time. Thank you very much. And this work was presented by Elvis Kabna-Sariko.
Elvis, that's a nice presentation. It's nice when we use ChatGPT, but we also have to be smart, able to detect when ChatGPT do errors, all right? I've seen a couple of it, and I don't really want to speak about it now, but I feel like I've seen it. When you are using ChatGPT, you have to make sure. Can you explain your dashboard there for me? The statement, your dashboard, can you explain it?
Which one?
Go back.
This one.
Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. No, there's a right up. I don't know, it's after. I don't know. Just go back. Your data, can you explain that statement?
So yeah, the pH of the aquatic water was of the Galamsey.
The term, your data.
Sorry.
Can you explain it?
So it was, I just derived insights from my dashboard. So I just assisted in
Your data.
writing.
Okay, so next.
So that your data tells me the insight I got from my data with respect to it. Then the effect is what it has on our community potentially.
So that is how come we have your data, your dashboard.
Yes.
So you are speaking in third person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thank you. Oh, but nice presentation though.
So I really like it when people fuse storytelling into it. From the very start, when you began, you literally took me on a journey. So kudos for doing that. The question I had was with, I think, your very last slide, your call to action. Yeah, so if you were to pick any of these calls to action that you have to work on, which of them would it be? Just one.
Just one.
Just. Or you want to pick more than one? Just tell me about one.
I'll choose the last one. That's tackling poverty.
Why would you choose tackling poverty as
Because if you watch the interviews and the TV station, the people involved in mining, they complain that there are no jobs in this country. And from what they hear from their friends who drive them into these ventures, it's actually profitable. They are paid per day. And it's somehow higher as compared to somebody who is having a white-collar job or any hard labor. So if we can provide these people with job opportunities or skills training to help them develop their skills, I think they will not even find interest in partaking in illegal mining.
Why not they stop the unnecessary politics? All the best.
The politician will say it, but the people will do the work. So if we can change their minds, they will not listen to the politician.
All right. So we'll stop. We'll stop the unnecessary politics.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elvis. Yeah. So